Well, there must be something in the water over at Facebook when it comes to being politically active. After losing the last two presidential elections, the Republican National Committee is revamping their strategy, and technology is going to play a key role. Joining me now is a former Facebook engineer and the RNC's newly hired Chief Technology Officer, Andy Barkett. Andy, thanks so much for joining us on this. First off, in the last few months that you've been hired to revamp, so to speak, the technological strategy of the RNC, what have you been doing?
Well, we started building stuff. I don't know if you know this, but at Facebook, Mark put all these signs on the wall that say, move fast and break things, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So I'm in here and I'm writing code and I'm building things.
Okay, so tell me, as much as you can reveal, what are you building exactly?
Well, we're building all sorts of tools. We're building tools in the big data space. So we're trying to make sure that we understand how to analyze what voters care about, where the voters are, how to reach them right. And then we're building communications tools also. A little bit like customer relationship management systems that a corporation might buy. We're building the kinds of tools that somebody needs to communicate with someone wherever they are via whatever kind of device or medium they prefer to be communicated with. Are
you almost starting from scratch?
Certainly not starting from scratch. I mean, we have a lot of vendors and partners in our world that have made things. The biggest problem that we have is that there are lots of little tools out there that do something well, but they don't fit together into one big system. And that's really what we're working on, is gluing everything together.
But how is that going to get more votes exactly?
Well, I mean, think about young people who are out there who don't have a landline, they don't have a regular phone line, maybe they don't even really have a permanent address. They're moving around, they're going wherever they can find a job. These are people like my peers or even younger. My little brother's 27, so about that age. These are people who we need to reach and communicate with, and historically we haven't had the right tools to communicate with them on their smartphone or on their iPad. We were looking for a landline phone number in our database trying to call them, and that just didn't work.
No, I can imagine that wouldn't work. Okay, so what's been the reaction so far within the committee? Are you, or even among the Republicans, are you getting any pushback at all?
No, I'm getting great support from everyone. So Reince Priebus, and at the RNC, I had visits with several very prominent congressmen, met some senators, and they're all helping us try and get this working right.
So, Andy, what was the reaction when you announced that you were joining the Republican National Committee among your Silicon Valley peers?
Yeah, so I thought you might ask this, Betty. I was a little nervous. People kind of know. There are a lot of people who are Democrats, and I thought I might lose some friends. It actually wasn't like that at all. My friends were awesome. Even the ones that I know are Democrats, they were super supportive. And it turns out that, I didn't even realize this, there were a whole lot of people in the Silicon Valley who are Republicans. There are people I had worked with at Google and at Facebook and other places who reached out to me and said, yeah, they did. So Scott McNeely, who's one of the founders of Sun Microsystems, he tells this joke that it's actually easier to tell within Google or Facebook who's gay than who's a Republican, and it's kind of true.
Okay. But did you feel like you had to be a closet Republican when you were working at Facebook?
I'm not really in the closet about anything. I was pretty vocal about, about my feelings about what it takes to help the economy grow, just like, you were talking about in the previous segment.
Yes.
I think that in addition to me, though, there are a lot of other people, even in California, even in Silicon Valley, even in San Francisco area, who are actually pretty conservative fiscally, who are very interested in seeing, the economy improve, more jobs created, things like that.
Andy, great to talk to you. Thank you for joining us. Andy Barkett, the RNC's Chief Technology Officer. Coming up.